one of the worst experiences though that I did have work with Air Force was I think it was April 6, 2016. No, yeah. Colonel Bill Schroeder was killed on a murder suicide from a student that used to be a Green Beret.
Wait, what?
Yes, at Lackland Air Force Base, the day I was at work. Probably the worst day of my life. You know what I mean? I've seen combat, and then you come back and you're a civilian training special operation guys, and the guy that kills them is a fellow Green Beret that fell out of the PJ schoolhouse, was going to get an Article 15. Instead of taking his Article 15, he walked into the first sergeant's office, told the first sergeant, which was a female, to get the commander, and the commander walked in, and he was a South T, the weather guy. Commander, and he seen what was going on. He got in between him and her, pushed her out the door, and went forward. And he got shot 3 times, and then the guy turned the gun and killed himself.
What?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, and this is on Lackland. This is on Air Force Base. Yes.
Where did it was a personal pistol he brought from home?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is, I mean...
We're in Texas, buddy.
Surprisingly easy to get.
Yeah, well, then go on to the, you know what I mean, where I got students, I had probably 120 students at a different building location. One building empties out, and we didn't know, you know what I mean, we had to call active shooter, and the chief at the time called, and he's like, go to your cars and get whatever you got. Don't let that person come to the car. Don't let them touch the students whatsoever. If he'd have came out, he would have not made it far.
So luckily you guys had.
Yeah. But yeah.
So he was a Green Beret for. Do you know how long he was?
Not long. He was in the National Guard, and he went. I don't even want to mention it. I don't remember his name, and I don't care to remember his name, because you know what I mean. For you to do that to a fellow American you know what I mean, just doesn't bode well with me. But he was a Green Beret in the National Guard. Then he went and tried out for the FBI, and he got cut from the FBI because of his psych eval.
Okay.
And so then he went and tried out and become a PJ. He failed NDOC because NDOC at the time was crazy. And then he went AWOL and came back finally and was going to get read his summary or article, field grade Article 15, and yep.
For his Article 15 for
being AWOL.
For being AWOL. Mm-hmm. Okay. So after he failed, he went AWOL. He's going to get his Article 15 for going AWOL.
Right.
Goes in. First person he talks to is the
first sergeant.
The female first sergeant.
Mm-hmm. Tells her.
Was she the one that was going to read it?
No, it was the commander. The commander always got to read it.
Commander's always got to read it.
Right.
Okay, so then he goes and asks her to get the commander?
No, so she calls him on the phone, comes in the office, and he sees what's going on. The guy has the gun out already.
Oh, he already has the gun out already?
Yeah, he's already got the gun out.
And so he saved her life?
He
pushes her out the door.
Mm-hmm, out the door.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah. Matter of fact, we had the only reason I bring it up because one of my good friends, his name is Trent. He runs around One's Ready. You know Trent Sigmiller.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So his retirement was on Friday, and so he had a guest speaker, a commander of his from like 10 years ago.
Uh-huh.
A couple of days, a couple months ago, he texted the commander, was like, "Hey, I need you to speak at my retirement ceremony," and then the commander bought up the event. You know what I mean? They only lost one weather guy. 0 in Afghanistan, 0 in Iraq, 1 on home.
Which is crazy because, like, you don't think of the weather guys a lot in there, but they're special operations.
Right.
I mean, my free fall instructor was a weather guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you do what?
Yeah. That's the job. Now they call it special reconnaissance. That's the job to have. If you want a job, if you're thinking about going special operations, special reconnaissance is the job to have.
Really?
In my opinion. Yeah. Just because you get to go away all of them. You can go anywhere.
Because you get become an attachment.
Right. To any of them.
Yeah, well, and that's what I always told people after working with CCTs. I said being an attachment is the best.
Yeah.
It's because like you're a fly on the wall. If that team you're attached to is going bananas and like they have all kinds of infighting and you don't like it, you just back out. So sorry, it's not my business. Right. I'm going back to my room. Right. You guys let me know when this is done.
Right.
And that's and if the team is cohesive, then you're like, oh, I'm one of you guys.
Right.
So you get to choose that. And after that, I was like, I would always try to be an attachment if I could do it again.
Right.
But that's insane. And just
Yeah, so that ate at me for a while. You know what I mean? Going to work every day, the same place, and then the
where were you at when it took place?
Oh, I was right there. Heard everything.
You heard the shot go? Mm-hmm. How many shots did he fire?
6 or 7. But it was, again, like one of the worst, you know, it was scary, you know. And then when you find out what happened and who had did it, you know what I mean? You got that, like, fuck, I could maybe, I didn't even know the guy was a Green, you know what I mean, a Green Beret. And then me being the only fucking other Green Beret that's there, it was like, damn, I should have, you know, known this guy at least. But you know what I mean? You do the what if. Yeah, you do the what if game. You know what I mean? And you can do that all day.
We feel this connection to each other,
right?
And it's like, man, if I should have at least maybe talk to him about being a Green Beret, and then maybe I could have picked up on if he was a little off.
Right. But he was. I got told by other ones that knew him that he was a little off.
It happens.
Yeah. We're not all perfect.
Right.
We're not all perfect.
Sometimes the job makes you a little off.
Right.
Yeah. Wow, that's horrible.
Yeah. So yeah, and then like I said, it was you know, going back to the same every day, going back, and then at the point, you know, you helped me out with getting 18 Alpha Fitness to the point to where I could step away, you know, and then I stepped away, and I don't regret it whatsoever because I can't go back. You know what I mean? You just that's hard. I mean, when you're in downrange and something happens. That's
where it's supposed to happen.
Right, exactly. It's not supposed to happen. Right. It's not supposed to happen at your workplace.
By someone that you would call a brother if you knew his resume. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's such a violation of trust.
Right. And then for one special operation guy to do it to another special operation guy.
Insane.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, just go in your own life. Don't take somebody with you.
Right.
Get help. I'm not saying, you know, go commit suicide, but don't try to take someone with you. Mm-hmm. That's insane. And for what? What did that commander have to do with his?
He didn't film. You know what I mean? It's that school at the time was absolutely insane. You know, it's one of the hard. I've seen multiple prior military, Marine recon, all kinds of guys go through that court, and other Green Berets just didn't make it. Because they got their standard is, like you said, it's a very high standard.
And they're not slacking it for anybody.
No, they're not slacking for anybody.
I knew going into the STOW program there was a very good likelihood of failure. Yeah. Like I had no qualms. I had no idea that, or nothing in my head that said, oh, I was prior special operations, I could do this. It was 100% starting over, and I knew it was 100% starting over. I never expected I knew I wouldn't get any special treatment. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, it would probably have been harder because they would have, at least in the sense that, just like the Q course, if you come in as an E6 or an E5, like they're going to expect you to take more of a leadership role, and you're going to have more pressure on you. But I was like, it's essentially a whole new slate, a whole new thing, and could very much, you know, bomb this, especially with the water being involved.
Yeah, the water.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good in the water now.
I did the subsurface. I was pretty decent. What I struggled with was speed. I even got a professional Olympic level coach for swimming, and I went to one of those facilities that had the little
water push, and
they had the cameras from every single angle, and we recorded me swimming. And after every iteration, he's like, "Dude, you just sink."
Oh, your butt sinks.
My butt sinks straight down, and so he was teaching me to do a wave pull. Mm-hmm. And do this number just to try and keep myself closer to the surface. Mm-hmm. He's like, you just sink like a rock. And so like I really struggled with the swim test, getting that done quickly. So I did a combat side stroke.
Yeah, and that's still it's hard to even make up time on freestyle with a combat side stroke.
Exactly, and that's what. So even though I passed with the combat side stroke, he told me, he's like, you're not even close to the time that you're going to need to be, and you have to freestyle to make the times.
Yes, you have to.
So I was like, oof. So I passed just enough to get in, but I knew that I was going to have to learn how to swim. Right. And I was like, I suck at this. It's just maybe not for me. So that 1 point off probably saved me from.
We had one of the swim coaches was in that. He retired now. His name was Orb Greenwall. He was a 76 Olympian for the heptathlon.
What is that?
Could swim like a fish, man. 6'6", just
Michael Phelps in it.
he was like a world champion aqua bike. That's all it is biking and swimming. And he was murderer on a bike. He can't run them, he's like 80, but swimming and biking. Every day he would go ride at lunchtime, minimum of 20 miles. And every morning he'd be in the pool before the students was, and was in there about an hour before the students even got
And he
there.
was the one coaching the guys?
Yeah.
What would he teach somebody if you had someone that sank like a rock?
So I wasn't there all the time, but he would get you to pass that damn thing, no problem. Like, no problem. The guy was a genius when it came to helping people pass that swim test. I mean, he had females, because at the time we just started getting females in, and he would show them the technique. And most of it was on the turn, you know what I mean?